Hello my friends.
Welcome all guests of the fair.
Racing at the Darkmoon Faire is in full swing.
The heroes of Azeroth are competing using sophisticated, interesting, and even forbidden combos to become the leaders of the metagame. In turn, spectators of the race have made bets in this race.
Despite the fact that the race is not yet over, certain leaders have already been decided. We can announce preliminary results, and also determine which popular content creators made the best and worst predictions about the future of the Darkmoon cards.
Every week, we carefully monitor the meta game and also collect statistics about cards used in popular versions of decks across all archetypes. Based on this data, we have assigned a meta rating to each card, which we will compare to 5-star ratings from Trump and Regis Killbin. We'll also add ratings from OutofCards and Hearthstonetopdecks for comparison.
I already know who suffered a crushing defeat and who proved to be unprecedented leaders in this race of predictions. I promise you will be amazed. Therefore, regardless of the results, we ask you to respect the efforts of pro players, as their ratings give us a ton of emotions every expansion. Please don't take this rating too seriously, it's just for fun.
Let's start with the Darkmoon Faire cards.
The Carnival Clown!
The act of putting both two Carnival Clown in your deck in Yasharaj seems pretty insane.
Will this card see play? Probably not. It's probably just too big and too slow, and the Corrupt is not worth it.
But just keep in mind, Carnival Clown isn't a bad card to play if you're in a dire pinch. You can still get 3 4/4s with Taunt for 9 mana.
I'm gonna keep the door open for Carnival Clown here a little bit. I can see a hand buff Taunt Warrior World.
5 stars.
I'm actually gonna give it 3 stars, I think. I think it's promising.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
Carnival Clown turned out to be too good. In my opinion, Regis and the community underestimated this card a little. Despite the rather low average popularity, only 3%, the card has found its niche in the metagame. Moreover, after the appearance of Ramp Paladin, the card's presence in the metagame is quickly growing.
Versatility turned out to be an important feature of the card. In addition to Ramp Paladin, Carnival Clown created his own archetype, and also became part of Guardian Druid and Taunt Warrior.
Deck of Lunacy, it's a card, it's random. Crazy.
There's been some theory crashed about how this could possibly be good, maybe in Spell Mage, but the problem is if you're playing it in Spell Mage, you cannot consistently find a way to win in a deck of just spells.
I think this card, it's absolutely a meme, but frankly it seems to have a lot of competitive viability as well.
Basically play a 2 mana do nothing.
Deck of Lunacy is a 4-star card.
This is just terrible, 1 star.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 4 stars.
I can't quite believe this, but Deck of Lunacy's meta rating is 4 stars. This is a strange paradox. It looks like mages are the main lovers of randomness in the game. The card has become a key component in No Minions Mage, although it is not a completely indispensable tool, since there are many different versions of the deck. The archetype as a whole is not very effective, but this did not prevent it from becoming one of the most popular mage archetypes. Moreover, the popularity of Deck of Lunacy is actually growing over time.
Relentless Pursuit.
It's just a card that's doing a lot of big, cool stuff. So, sure enough, if you just want to pump as much damage as possible into your deck, Relentless Pursuit could be the answer there.
It's basically Heroic Strike, except it costs 1 more mana, and it warps in a blur. Demon Hunter has better than this, so this won't see play.
Relentless Pursuit is a 3-star card.
1 star.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 4 stars.
Relentless Pursuit has become an extremely important tool for one of the most popular and effective Demon Hunter archetypes in the current meta. In my opinion, the card is barely below a 5-star meta rating.
Dreadlord's Bite here, new 3-mana 3/2 weapon for Demon Hunter.
This is a very good card for the aggressive Demon Hunter deck. I believe this is better than Marrow Slicer in Face Demon Hunter, and might even just replace Marrow Slicer.
But at the end of the day, Demon Hunter has a lot of weapons already. They're doing pretty cool stuff. I don't think this outpaces other weapons, even if you're looking for an outcast synergy specifically.
Dreadlord's Bite. 3 stars.
Dreadlord's Bite is a 2-star card.
This is 3 stars because I believe Face Demon Hunter will be around a tier 3 deck.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
Stiltstepper, which is a Demon Hunter card.
Like sometimes you whiff and then you just played a 4/1 draw card for 3 mana, which is terrible.
I think it's probably a fine card, but I'm not losing my mind over it, and I think most deck lists actually leave this one to the side in favor of things.
Giving this 2 stars.
Stiltstepper is a 3-star card.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
The overall results of the players' voting turned out to be more accurate than the predictions of popular streamers. Dreadlord's Bite and Stiltstepper have taken a very important place in the most popular and effective aggro demon hunter lists. Dreadlord's Bite turned out to be so good that it even got nerfed.
There's Grand Totem eysor for the totem decks.
So for right now, I'm not expecting much. Maybe over the course of the next year.
Totem Shaman is currently not good.
Not all cards have that potential. I think this one absolutely could be built around someday, just not yet.
1 star on both, by the way.
Is a 3-star card.
Community rating, 5 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
The fate of this legendary Shaman totem turned out to be another victory for ordinary players over streamers. This card helped Totem Shaman become the most important Shaman archetype due to its high efficiency.
Derailed Coaster. I doubt you can have a deck where you're going to purposely be holding a lot of minions in your hand to throw your Derailed Coaster out and get a bunch of 1/1 rushes.
It actually does quite a bit for a 5-drop if you look at it closely, so I wouldn't be totally shocked if this crawled into a list somewhere. Derailed Coaster is a 2-star card. It's the Pitmaster. It's awkward, it's all 3 mana, it's competing with itself, it's delayed because of the corrupt. I want this to work so much if you can't tell, and I'm having some really, really big hesitations right now.
Well, I could see a world where putting all of these together in some deck could make it pretty aggressive and do a bunch of damage. I just can't help but compare it with Demon Hunter and think, wait, Demon Hunter is just doing this better.
Pitmaster is a 3-star card.
1 star on all of these cards.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
Moving on to Revolve here for Shaman, a 1-mana spell. Transform all minions into random ones with the same cost.
I just feel like Devolving Missiles is better than Revolve.
I'm just left wondering exactly how I'm playing a card like this one. I don't really see the purpose or the point of it in most scenarios.
Revolve, I'm going to give 1 star.
Revolve is a 2-star card.
Maybe Revolve could see play in some sort of Evolve Shaman deck, but that is not unfair enough and seems like a bad idea.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
Ordinary players' bets once again paid off. Revolve, Pitmaster and Derailed Coaster became important components of Evolve Shaman, which turned out to be the most popular archetype in the Darkmoon meta for quite some time. It was so good that it was nerfed.
The Game Master, 2-mana, 2/3 for Mage.
If you're running the Secret Mage stuff, you want both Game Master and Kirin Mage in the deck.
I think I like the Kirin Mage style a lot better.
You prefer Kirin Mage, so Game Master doesn't get fit in.
This one doesn't feel like it necessarily stands above the crowd.
Unfortunately, I'm not very excited about this package.
Game Master, 3-star card.
Well, Game Master, I'm rating 1 star.
Community rating, 5 stars. Meta rating, 4 stars.
Occult Conjurer
Has multiple ways to get played, and of course, a lot of output when it does. This seems like a pretty solid card.
Occult Conjurer could be an 8/8 on turn 4, and you're doing pretty well if that happens, but how often will it go down like that? I don't think often enough.
Is a 4-star card.
2 stars.
Community rating, 5 stars. Meta rating, 4 stars.
Trump totally underestimated the potential of the secret strategy. Ordinary players once again got closer to the truth.
During the entire expansion, Secret Mage has been the only consistently effective mage archetype, yet at the same time is quite unpopular. This is another magical paradox. Due to its low popularity, I was forced to give Occult Conjurer and Game Master only 4 stars, although I think they deserve a higher rating.
Rigged Faire game. It's a nice secret, actually.
You're going to see the secret a lot. It's going to have a big impact on Hearthstone.
If you're up against an aggressive deck, it could be a secret that does nothing.
And I still think it will also get run in some decks as well.
I just feel like the entire Secret Mage package isn't strong enough.
It is a 4-star card.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
Rigged Faire game deserves special attention, since the card is useful not only within Secret Mage, but also in some other archetypes. In wild mode the card has become almost indispensable for Secret Mage. In my opinion, Regis Killbin and the community were right.
Entering this expansion, Shaman has basically no good decks.
Cage Match Custodian, a 2-mana 2/2 elemental with a battle cry, draw a weapon.
Cage Match Custodian in particular looks really good. In any other class with weapons, I'd probably give that 5 stars.
Of a weapon and attack Shaman build, and it seems like a really strong card.
I don't think it's gonna see play because the class is bad.
Cage Match Custodian is a 4-star card.
But this is where this particular way of rating cards is important. If a card doesn't see play, it's 1 star. The Totem Shaman, the Murloc Shaman, the Evolve Shaman, the OTK Shaman, the Control Shaman, the Weapon Shaman, I don't really see any of those actually being a force in the next meta.
Community rating, 5 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
Cage Match Custodian has become one of the most popular Darkmoon Faire cards. This is definitely a must-have card for almost all Shaman archetypes. Ordinary players were again closest to the truth.
Now let's move on to the cards from the Darkmoon races.
This is Conjure Mana Biscuit, a 2-mana spell.
2 mana, add a biscuit to your hand that refreshes 2 mana crystals.
I think a really neat, flexible tool that can allow you to do shenanigans in Mage.
Just don't see those types of OTK decks beating out the current better OTKs.
There's also a lot of potential, I think, with like combos.
1 star.
Conjure Mana Biscuit is a 4-star card.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 4 stars.
Envoy Rustwix, a new legendary minion for Warlock.
That's slow for its cost and provides value, slow value. And that's just too slow.
There is definitely still, those kind of greedy control decks that just toss everything in. Rustwix might be a free addition.
1 star.
This is a 4-star card.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 4 stars.
Arbor Up, a 5-mana spell for Druid.
Seems to fit into Treant decks, spells that cost 5 or more.
And I think that might shore up some of the weaknesses I've identified in Treant Druids.
And it's worth trying out in those archetypes for sure.
Is a 4-star card.
3 stars.
Community rating, 4 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars.
We have Crab Rider. It's a 2-mana 1/4 Murloc with Rush and Wind Fury.
Now, will this be a staple in Murloc decks?
But it's just a card that's only good for stats for the cost with kind of interesting abilities.
I don't think this is going to be a meta-dominant card, but I could definitely see it popping into a real deck.
1 star.
Is a 3-star card.
Community rating, 3 stars. Meta rating, 5 stars. So it looks like it's finally time to take stock. For the first time in history, ordinary players have crushed the pro players with a general vote and thus proved that they are much smarter than streamers.
Dora, sadly we must disappoint you. Of course, the players evaluated the cards that we talked about today more correctly, but what about the set as a whole?
According to the ratings of all 170 cards, the community was again in last place. The unchanging king of predictions Trump came in second for the first time, while Regis Killbin became the leader of this predictions race. In my opinion, Regis's cautious approach to predictions turned out to be less risky, while Trump's categorical style, which very often made him the best predictor, failed him this time.
For several years we have been following the ratings from streamers and ordinary players. We even have a special playlist on our channel for this topic. Don't miss it, if you like this kind of video.
Dear friends, do you agree with our meta ratings? Share your opinion in the comments and take part in our new survey. Should archetypes in Standard remain relevant for 16 to 24 months, like Bomb Warrior or Highlander Hunter, or should the life of archetypes be much shorter?
Please share your opinion on our community tab, and also take part in the vote.
We will be extremely grateful to you for liking and subscribing to the channel as well as for turning on all notifications using the bell icon. You can also join our squad of loyal patrons and help us create new videos.
Dear friends, from all of my robotic heart, thank you so much for any kind of support.
Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for being with us.
And special thanks to Chris for his invaluable help.
We will definitely meet in a new video. Good luck.
What? Who? Okay, cut.